Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me? That's right. Shannon, where are you? I just learned. I already forgot. I learned and already forgot what Shannon's middle name was. I think it was Ashley. Shannon Ashley Walker, where are you? Sound up. Maybe Liberty, what's going on, Liberty Troll? Maybe Liberty Troll can tell me what the secret is. He's got the same microphone. How do you turn the volume up if I'm using OBS Studio? Do I just have to put this thing, does it literally have to be like this close to me in order to sound good? Is this what it's resorted to, everyone? Good morning, Sassy, Dasfoot, 2AJ, Leslie Sullivan, The Truth. The Truth, you're a special kind of guy, huh? Go cause more problems for yourself, fucking idiot. It must be me. Prophet, if you're still in here, what's up? You have to use it close to your face. Your sound was fine. Thank you, concerned citizen. Thank you. Well, we're saying that now, but I'm holding the thing next to my face. So here, we're going to put it back down. Maybe I just have to talk louder. I don't know. I don't know. All right. So we had a 5-hour marathon live stream with Lane Myers the other day, and I get off that one, and usually when I do a live stream with Lane, I immediately make a copy of it. I thought I was recording it through OBS, but I usually make a copy of it. But I didn't make a copy of it because that was a pretty tame live stream. In my opinion, it was a pretty tame live stream. So whispering, listen, you guys are okay. I'm gonna take the constructive criticism. Hey, Liberty Troll, what is this? What's this knob do on the bottom? This thing that spins, does that have any control over anything? Anyway, I go to sleep and I wake up and the live stream's gone. And they tell me, oh, you did this. Here, let's bring the email up. I can tell you exactly what it said. But anyways, it was some privacy, doxing issue. The only person's information in there was Lane's. I thought I had actually redacted all of it. So it gives you an option. It doesn't let you see the actual video that they're banning. It just lets you blindly apply a filter to it. So I did. I blocked the whole screen off, and I did the filter. It was for something that happened at 15:32. So I block it for 15 seconds on each side or whatever, and and if they get back to me, it might have been the next day or the very end of the day, and they said, oh no, we're gonna keep it off. We're gonna keep it off for something that happened at 14:32. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, you can't even do anything about that. You know what I mean? It's just frustrating. You've got a cord connection problem with the mic. What? What? No, that's not cool. Can't hear at all. Oh shit. Do we have sound? Quad Pro, I sincerely appreciate your help with all things on the channel. If you can tell me what the hell providing 48V phantom power is, that'd be awesome. Can you hear me? It is the default input. It's the only input, actually. Is this one. Yeah, let's try this for a second. Much better. We're good. How about sound level? Some dynamics quiet preamp to boost your signal. All right, I'm running it through OBS Studio. I don't know if that matters anything. I eliminated all of my sound choices and then just added the mic. So I think it's just a matter of I don't know how to properly do things because I'm a neophyte. But back to the story. Where was I? So they deleted that whole video that we spent 5 hours taking. That's not from him, is it? No. So that live stream's gone. No backup. So I didn't even ask Lane to come on today because Lane's got his own stuff going on, calling the University of Arizona 700 times and having, really just trying to get to the bottom of things. All right, let's get this out of the way, but I did spot this. Here, let's see if we can get rid of this. Which one, Prophet? Which live? The 5-hour live from the other day where we talked about all the police reports from the University of Arizona. I didn't leave anything in there. I left on the police report. I left Lane's birth date, and I think I had his what's going on, Craig, and I think I had his driver's license number on the actual ticket. But they wouldn't let me. But they wouldn't even let me see. They wouldn't even let me see what the alleged issue was. Like, I've got no issue taking stuff out if they, if there's a problem. But I mean, like, let me see what the problem is so I can take it out. It's so backwards with YouTube. They're the worst. That's right, Drake. Drake Avatar. Drake Avatar, where are you? Where are you? Shannon, where are you? So I was on... let's get this over so you can see what I was on. I had a much easier time keeping this all on the screen last time. I don't know what the issue is, but in either case, here, let's get the chat out of the way for a second. These are exclusionary orders from the University of Arizona. I might have to mute quickly if my dog starts tweaking. I don't know. He's like lying by the door, growling in his sleep or something. What up, Fatoy? After Prophet, you were able to get it after you did the edit that they requested that you do, and then they said you didn't do a good enough job, even though they can't even let you see what you're doing while you edit. The video is completely gone off the channel. It's not even in the studio anymore. Where in the past, when they haven't liked stuff I've loaded, they've just like marked it red and said, "Hey, we're not letting you we're not gonna let you play this anymore." But This time it's like, oh no, we're going to do that and we're going to steal it completely. It's actually the second time they did it. The first time they let me have it back. No, it was on StreamYard. So you got it back from StreamYards. Yeah, maybe that's a reason to use StreamYards. I don't know. I'm a cheapskate. It's the problem. So anyway, we got these exclusionary orders. See, sorry if I blew out any eardrums. But in either case, we've got these exclusionary orders. So exclusionary orders are the University of Arizona Police Department now lists all individuals that have been excluded from the University of Arizona property. Okay. These are to temporarily restrict people who have committed crimes or engaged in disruptive actions from specific areas or the entire campus. Illegal or disruptive behavior are actions taken by an individual that are threatening or cause offenses against persons or property, disruption of university processes or programs, violation of a previous order given by the university official, or falsification of representation of self or other information, blah, blah, blah. Exclusionary orders are issued for a minimum time of 6 months up to a year. Please claim They can be requested by the university president, dean, director, department head, or any other official designated as the specific person in charge of blah, 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 blah. The order will be initiated by UAPD officer upon request of any individuals listed above, or upon witnessing illegal disruptive behavior, or to maintain campus security. The purpose of posting the names and the photos of the individuals is to aid the UA community in knowing who is currently excluded and from what areas of campus. If a member of the community sees an individual with an active exclusionary order, report it to that number. An individual who is issued an exclusionary order may request a review of the order within 5 days of service. The review will be conducted by the Vice President for Business Affairs and Human Resources or designee. The review will occur within 30 university business days following the initial request. Okay, so what's going on here? I think this is occurring absent any due process. They're just excluding people from the campus. But I was over here, and look who it is. Look who it is. Old Charlie Bucket. Old Charlie Bucket's made it onto the exclusionary list. All UA property. October 22nd, 2025. Okay. I'm confused. I know he didn't commit a crime there. So he's got this, he's not allowed on any UA property now. Is that because he got arrested for doing the U-turn adjacent to the building? Is that what's going on? But in either case, I mean, okay, they made this bullshit exclusionary order where they take your rights away without due process. They give you the avenue. They say, okay, we'll give you a little bit of due process. We'll pretend to give you some due process. Here's what you got to do. You got to request a review of the order within 5 days. Who believes that didn't happen? and then the review will occur within 30 university business days. I was listening to the calls from the video yesterday, and too much work to hear you. What the fuck? All right, let me know what's going on, guys. Can you hear me? Can we hear me? I'm getting some mixed signals. Lane Myers for prison. That's right, Warren. We love you over here, Warren, with your sound logic and undefeatable moral code. I can hear just fine. Chris Wren is with you, Warren. Don't worry. Huh. Maybe I need a tutorial. I need a tutorial on how to use the microphone. I think that's what it is. I need a tutorial on how to use a microphone. Talk as loud as Lane. That's funny. It works if you have stereo. Audio's perfect on my end. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go with it. It's perfect, because that one makes me feel better anyway. Warren and Chris already... Oh, they're together for sure. You know, we know who Chris is. Chris Wren. Chris Wren. Alright, thank you, everybody. Alright, so he's got this exclusionary order. He's supposed to get a review from the Vice President for Business Affairs and Human Resources within 30 business days. So why, you know, what's going on? Why can't he get it? Why isn't he getting it? Why can't the law school at the University of Arizona, why can't they follow the law? They lay out these processes, and then they're like, oh, we'll just do whatever. We'll just do whatever, because, you know what, we're the University of Arizona, and that's how we roll. We can do whatever we want. All right, so I just want to quickly go over this stuff. I'm not going to read it all again, because there's a lot here. But I did want to just touch on the full on conspiracy that's going on, that they're desperately trying to flee from it. They're desperately trying to pretend it doesn't exist, that none of this stuff even happened. You know, Warren and Chris, they are lovers. But Warren and Chris, they think that Lane's losing. They're under the misconception. They're under the foolish misbelief. I don't know how you can pay attention to what's going on and not see that not only is he winning, not only is he straight clowning everybody involved, but now they're trying to act like things that didn't happen in open court, that they didn't happen, that they didn't occur. The kidnapping from Judge Ball, for instance, they're trying to pretend like that didn't happen, and they think that he's the one that they're gonna get away with it on. It's a curious thing. So anyway, let's get back to these police reports. So I was probably right about here on this, and it took me last time. So it had his DL here, and it had his birthday here. Like, nobody cares. He doesn't care. Nobody made a complaint. Actually, Warren probably made a complaint. Was it you, Warren? Was it Warren? Warren probably complains about all the videos. Oh, they're free speech. We don't like free speech. Oh, we got a comment from Warren. I really don't know who Chris is, really. I just think Lana Myers is trash and should be in jail just for intimidation of a witness. You're a moron, bro. Okay. I will entertain this. Warren. What witness? What witness, Warren? Which one? Let us know. Which one? Which one, Warren? He was intimidating a witness? Which one? What case? What case is that one for? Is that what they're going to arrest him for going into the evidentiary hearing? Are they going to arrest him for witness tampering, Warren? 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 Got your tongue, Warren? So, unable to have an intellectual conversation. It's real common. It's super common with these people. I think that Warren, he doesn't understand that Lane's the attorney, right? And in order to set up these interviews, you have to reach out to these people, right? You got to. Yeah, Warren! Sassy. Warren, where are you? Warren, Chris, are you still here? Chris Wren. Chris Wren. So, okay, let's get back to this since Warren's he left. Here we go. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I seen a video. What? Huh? I seen a video? What does that even mean, bro? Okay. So you seen a video. What happened in the video, Warren? What do I have something in here? All right, hold on for a second. Warren. Warren, where on the bear did it hurt when you saw the video? Tell us where. Tell us where, Warren. Was it your head? Was it your brain, Warren? You're correct, bro. You saw a video? What happened in the video? Come on, man. How can anybody take you seriously? I seen a video. What up, Bear? What up, Anna? What up, Dave? Illuminate the Dark. Michael, what up? Clueless Beekeeping, Central Florida, what up? If you would read what I said above, I explained what I saw. Okay, well, if that's true, I apologize. I seen. I'm telling you, I seen. I don't really know who Chris is. How far back do I have to go? Was it in this live stream or was it in a different one? Lane Myers for prison. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You weren't even in the chat. You're full of shit. Warren. Full of shit. Well, we know nothing got deleted because it would say that this is the moderator display, so it would show what any activity any of us did. So if you would read what I said before above, would you explain you saw the Lane Myers for prison? Is that what you explained? All right, dude. We'll let you prattle on or whatever. Okay, so any just to get a refresher, we're not going to concentrate so much on this police report, although this is an important one. This is what we need from Starman. He remembered Myers from an email, so we need this email, guys. We need the email. Be say, thank you very much. No, Warren does not. Well, it certainly it appears that Warren does not have the ability to think critically. Thank you very much, Bisay. Okay, so we're looking for this email. It sounded like in the video that I saw that Lane. Yeah, we can FOIA. Yeah, Joey's already on top of that, but they're really bad with records, or they seem to be really bad with records. They don't seem terribly cooperative with the records process, but Joey is on it. But we want this to be an interactive thing with hopefully we can get some U of A law students over here. Really, maybe even a professor. Maybe it's a professor that says, hey, guys, we've stepped way off the ledge here, and let's walk this back. Let's start in this good faith effort here. We're gonna give up this email where we warn all of the students about Lane Myers. This is prior to the exclusionary order, which came out on, as we can see here, it must have come out on the 22nd or the 21st of, or wait, no, would it be the 23rd? Maybe the 23rd of 2024. That's too big. Let's see all the dates here. So this was 18. 10/18, he was on campus. This was written on the 24th. All right. Hey, Seven Cities. That's a good question about the Facebook group. Illuminate the Dark. I'll welcome all of my viewers. There is a Facebook group. Can I bring this up? I might not be logged in here. There is a Facebook group for Lane. Let's see if I can log into it. Alright, I don't think that's gonna work. That's not going to work either. I can't look it up right now. But if somebody Concerned Citizen probably knows the name of that Facebook group. I can't remember it. But in either case, let's get back to this. I'm not trying to have a 5-hour live. All right, so whatever. This is where he talks about I remembered hearing about this crazy guy from the email, and then he says also legal department requesting assistance from them for making statements such as this is an olive branch, and if we don't respond, this will be bigger than the professor that was shot. I'm not sure. Did you guys hear the audio yesterday? Did you hear the audio of that not occurring? I heard that audio. It didn't happen. So these clowns think there's probable cause for for saying what? What do you say? What do you say? Did you say Shannon? Where are you? Shannon! Shannon Ashley! Shannon Ashley! Is it Ashley? I gotta make sure. Shannon Ashley, where are you? Where are you? Shannon Ashley! Oh, Shannon Ashley, where are you? Alright, so we got Drake, who lives in like a. How much is that house that the family lives in? It's like a $1.2 million house that he lives in with his mommy and daddy, where they collude to violate rights and deprive people of due process. All for, I don't know, I guess it gets you one step further up the rung of power in the city of Tucson, where corruption is no big deal. No big deal. This is the one. This is the one where Matt Walker wishes that they hadn't done some of these things, so reports like this never would have come out or never would have occurred, because he just operated ethically within the bounds of the law. But he wants to turn the sword into the shield into the sword, and this is an effort. This is part of that. So on 10/19 at 7:19, UA employee Shane Walker phoned UAPD saying she was returning Corporal Amado's message from yesterday, on the 18th, and asked for an update on the incident. I provided her with an update. She said I wonder what the update was. I wonder why he didn't. Whose is this? Lawler? I seen a video where he called the witness pretending he was a lawyer, pushing her for a deposition. That alone is trash. That's what court is for. You don't use intimidation. Should be held accountable. Oh God. Bro, are you serious? Are you seriously that dumb, bro? Seriously, bro? Are you that stupid? Okay. Warren, this is a teachable moment. And Warren is not going to learn, but we're still going to use this teachable moment to possibly teach somebody else that doesn't know or thinks that they know so much that they don't really know. So Warren, you can hang out or you can take off, you can listen, you can not listen, it doesn't matter. But the facts are going to remain the facts, and your input on the facts, it's not going to change the facts. Okay, so we're going to start with a question. Okay, when you are charged with a crime and you choose to represent yourself pro se, what does that by definition, what does that mean? What does that mean, Warren? What does that mean? Anything, Warren? What does it mean? Warren, it means that he's the lawyer. He's the attorney. He's the person representing himself. If there's witnesses that need to be called and set up set up interviews, pretrial interviews. They're called pretrial interviews. He can do that. That's the law. Lane's actually gone over this. He broke out the law and explained he's got a lawful right to reach out to the witnesses for a pretrial interview. So where pretending he was a lawyer, okay. Okay, well, let's start at the beginning. I seen a video where he called a witness. Okay, that happened. I seen a video too. I seen a video where he called a witness. Okay, so we can agree on that one. Pretending he was a lawyer. Okay, pretending he was a lawyer. Okay, Warren, I know this one's going to be hard for you, but when you represent yourself pro se, are you your own lawyer? Are you representing yourself in the matter? Are you the lawyer for yourself? Now I realize you don't want to use words like that. You want to say, "Oh no, he's this or he's that." But the fact remains, again, Warren. The fact remains that he is representing himself. He's the attorney on the matter. He's the lawyer representing himself. He has every right to reach out to the witness and schedule a pretrial interview, which is what he did. He didn't threaten anybody during the pretrial interview, did he? Did you hear him threaten anybody during the interview or during the call trying to schedule the interview? No, he didn't. Or he would have gotten arrested for it. They love arresting him. What do you think? They're not paying attention and that they're not going to arrest him if they see him commit a crime? They didn't arrest him, Warren, because there wasn't a crime. There wasn't a crime. Because he's allowed to reach out to the witnesses and set up pretrial interviews. Okay, so that alone is trash. So we've established that alone is not trash. Your understanding, that's what it is. It's your understanding that's trash. That's what court's for. That's what court is. I guess those letters are close. We're going to go with is for. That's what court is for. Is that what court is for? What is the pretrial interview for? What's the pretrial interview for? Is the pretrial interview, does that occur, does that happen in court or does that happen outside of court? I think that happens outside of court. You don't use intimidation. What was the intimidation again? The very fact that he called. Should be held accountable, but he won't be because he didn't do anything wrong. All right. I will always listen. Okay, Warren, did you hear? Did you hear, Warren? Now, you fundamentally disagree, right, Warren? Is that what's going on? You fundamentally disagree? Well, what's your point then? Who is supposed to reach out to the witness to set up the pretrial interview? Does he have an office working for him like the prosecutor does? Is there somebody at a front desk somewhere that could just give the witnesses a call, or does he have to do that himself because he is Myers and Associates and he is the associates as well? So you said you would listen. You will always listen. I will always listen. What'd you hear? On top of always listening, do you have the humility to admit when you're wrong? Is that something within your capacity to be able to admit when you're wrong about something? I don't know. It's worth exploring. I always sound low, Andre, because I suck at this. I never imagined sitting behind a desk with a microphone next to me, so that's the biggest reason. And Drake's trash too. Yeah, Anna, you're right. Drake's a big liar. He's a big liar. That's a good question, Michael. Do you understand now, Warren? I don't know. Warren's been around for a while, Sassy. Warren. I inherited. Warren, where did I inherit you from? Was it from Rogue? Was it Rogue Nation? Drake? Where are you? Where are you, Drake? Okay, how long have we been going on here? How long have I been prattling on? Oh, geez. Close to an hour already. Okay. All right, let's get back on point here. We're letting the lesson for Warren go a little too far here. If Warren comes back and has any questions, we'll revisit, and because this channel is for education. That's the whole purpose. So Warren, I hope that you listened. Big Mike audits. Tell me how to turn the gain up, and I'll do it, bro. I will do it. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for everybody. I want the best sound possible for everybody. The best sound possible. So back to this police report. You're welcome, Sassy. Thanks for being here. Thanks everyone for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. And Phil, you know what? People probably think, well, I'm the idiot, right? That's what Warren probably. I mean, Warren's. I can't understand the troll mentality. It doesn't compute to me. It just doesn't compute. I don't think your microphone is even on. I think you're using your camera mic, bud. LOL. All right. Let's see who the fool is. Is it me? It very well may be. Let's see who it is. Is it me or is it Mike? Mike, you are at a disadvantage because you haven't been here for the whole live stream. But in case I'm wrong, everyone's going to hear the names I call you here in a second. Is there sound now? Is that JC? Is it Plummet? I can't remember. Our partridge, what happened? Where did the last live go? YouTube stole it from me. 5 hours, bro. 5 hours of talking. That was a great live stream. I had a blast. I had fun. Did you guys have fun? Some of you guys were here. It was a great one. There was nothing wrong with my volume. Thank you, concerned citizen. And I'm just busting your balls, Big Mike. But there is something with the audio. I mean, maybe there's not. Maybe I need one of those like swing arm things, and I can just have this come with me wherever I go. You know, then yeah, you know what I mean. So back to this. He provided her with an update, and she said she'd be at the College of Law today from 9 to 1500 hours. I directed her to call UAPD, and she is or I'm assuming if she or anyone else saw Myers in the immediate area. She added she'd heard secondhand that the suspect in the case, Lane Myers, drove a green truck, but she didn't know which brand. Oh, wow. Secondhand. Skulich. Sulich? What is that? Sulich? Oh, I'm reading this, but you guys are looking at my ugly mug. Sorry about that. Sulich. I'm not using Streamlabs. I'm using OBS. Maybe I should use Streamlabs. Maybe that's what's going on. Is that what I should do? Secondhand, yes, Sassy, that's exactly it. Secondhand by her husband, Matt. And, you know, it becomes even more obvious. They don't even attempt to cover up this conspiracy. At 7:19 hours, Shannon Walker calls, and exactly an hour later, Shannon's husband, Matt Walker, phoned UAPD saying he was returning Amato's phone message from yesterday. So they've both already been in contact with this Amato dude. The conspiracy, it runs deep. That sword that Matt is wielding, the disclosure sword and shield, he just conspires with his wife, and not only UAPD, because we both know that UAPD didn't know anything that was going on until after things were already going on, right? They're trying to act like that UAPD was in the loop the whole time. It's a bunch of bullshit. All right, so he said he was returning his message and had Lane's vehicle information to add to the stop and arrest. Oh yeah, he has the vehicle information, huh? Where did Shannon Ashley hear it? Oh, it was just secondhand. No, keep it moving. Nothing to see here. Warren, where you at? Yeah, bro. I saw you came back to the chat, but you said you always listen. Do you ever talk about what you hear after you listen? I like to. It's a exercise I like to engage in sometime. I'm not stuck in a thought vacuum. I'm willing to have conversations. I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong too. But the conversation, it needs to be had, right? We need to have the conversation in order to change our minds intelligently, right? Not to just adopt a thought process or a train of thought for for blind reasons. You know what I mean? Warren, is Chris still here? Why are you guys so quiet? Alright, so then he got kidnapped. Just going into the evidentiary hearing, he gets kidnapped. This dude's son's involved. You're still listening? Well, we've moved on, Warren. What the hell do you mean you're still listening? Okay, well, I know this probably is not the most productive use of the time that we have here. Okay, Warren, you're still, but we've stopped talking about that. We've moved on to the original point of the live stream here. So you heard my point about the witness intimidation. What is your retort? You know, are you saying that he's not his own attorney? Is that what you're trying to say? That he's not his own lawyer? Is that something that you why'd you retract it, bro? R. Partridge. Lane Myers, he's been kidnapped more times than any other person that I've ever seen. And probably if we were to compress it down into a time period, he more than anybody in that, in that time period, that's for sure. And going into court and not after court, at least that's on this one, where he was kidnapped prior to court, where Judge Ball, Judge Alexander Francis Ball, he kidnapped him in open court because Lane wouldn't listen to his speech. He gets on his high horse and he starts this speech. Here, hold the fuck on. I know I got this shit. This shit's fucking gold. This guy, where are we at? Bear with me for a second here. Let me find this. Ball. Let's see if that'll do it. I'm just going to put this down for a second here. Let's see. Warren, while I'm looking for this, let us know. Let us know what you think. So is that from Tucson? I think it's from there, maybe. No. How about anything with an attachment? There we go.
Of the audio recording.
So we're going on the record in State of Arizona versus Lane Jeffrey Myers, CR 24013770. Record reflect the presence of Ms. Walker in person on behalf of the state. Presence of the defendant here in person, out of custody, standing behind the defense table. This is the time set for a status conference in the matter. However, before we start, at the previous court hearing, there were several misstatements and misrepresentations. It's incumbent upon the court to clarify and correct them, and to do so, expound the law. First, this court is a legal entity created by the Arizona State Constitution. The court is authorized by statutory law to preside over criminal cases within its specific and limited jurisdiction, which includes this case. The court's inherent authority to administer justice is ultimately derived from the consent of the governed. Accordingly, I preside over this court as a constitutional agent based on the acclamation of citizens who voted in the November 2020 election. I hold this office in public trust. The people have entrusted me with upholding the law, dignity, and honor of the Justice Court in Justice Precinct 6 in Pima County, Arizona. I have sworn an oath to do so, and I will continue to fulfill that oath until the end of my term. Therefore, not for my own sake, but for that of the public trust, I will enforce rules of courtroom decorum to maintain the dignity of the legal proceedings within this court's jurisdiction. Among those rules that will be enforced indiscriminately against all parties is that profanity will play no part in a party's presentation of their case. At the previous court hearing,
what exactly is profanity? I wonder if we can ask Judge Ball for a list of words that he objects to. Could everybody hear that? I had two audio sources, so who knows what's actually going on, but could everybody hear that?
the court attempted to repeatedly warn the parties against using such language, but decorum was repeatedly breached. Words have meaning. In a court of law, words allow participants to come to terms with each other and their environment. Precise terms define legal relationships and help the court adjudicate cases according to the common law tradition to arrive at truth. While lay individuals may bemoan the specialized development of legal terminology as jargon, it is better described as the language of the law. In this case, the state of Arizona has vowed that if defendant is convicted, it will seek a criminal penalty that, as construed by the Arizona Supreme Court, will deprive defendant of their liberty. Accordingly, defendant is entitled to legal representation from a licensed member of the Arizona State Bar, an individual whom the Arizona Supreme Court has determined has an adequate understanding of and ability to communicate in the language of the law. At the previous hearing, defendant, when told of this right, declined to exercise it, and instead avowed to the court that he intends to proceed pro se. As this term suggests, English is not the only natural language that has contributed to the language of the law. For example, many Latinate words and concepts have influenced common law jurisprudence. If the defendant continues to proceed pro se in this criminal matter, the court will hold defendant to the same standard as any other party, whether represented by a lawyer or not. When presenting their case, parties and lawyers are not to use profanity in the courtroom. There was a suggestion at the previous hearing that enforcing such rules of decorum violated a person's, quote, First Amendment rights, end quote. This is simply not true. When determining the scope of a law or the constitutional rights of individuals, we must start with the text. The First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America declares that, quote, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech, end quote. Of course, this court, in enforcing proper...
So I got a question for the chat. When it says Congress shall make no law, does it mean that the judiciary gets to make a law? Or does it mean that... Wait. This is silly of me. Who makes the laws? Who makes the laws? Are we still online? Is the chat still here? Are we still going? All right. Sorry about that. So, just run it back. Who makes the laws? Who makes the laws? Is it Judge Ball that makes the laws? Or is it Congress? Is it Congress that makes the laws? I feel like it might be Congress that makes the laws, but what the hell do I know?
Decorum is not applying a law that the Congress of the United States of America made. Therefore, invoking the First Amendment in the context of enforcing courtroom decorum is inapplicable. Mr. Myers, if you could please have a seat. Nor does requiring proper courtroom
Are we at
decorum.
a Senate judiciary hearing or am I hearing today? Because I have another hearing.
Mr. Myers, please don't interrupt the court. I'm making a record. Nor does requiring proper courtroom decorum infringe upon a person's freedom of speech. The Arizona Constitution explicitly states that, quote,
How's that? How's that? How would it not be? How would it not be? How would restricting speech not be a restriction on speech? How's that work? Dear Lord. We're just going to go back here just for a second. We need to hear it from here. I'm going to take a breath. Try to calm down. That's what I'm going to do.
Determining the scope of a law or the constitutional rights of individuals, we must start with the text. The First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America declares that, quote, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech, end quote.
So Judge Ball thinks that since Congress shall make no law means that he can still do whatever he wants. The elitism on this guy, it's shocking. It's quite shocking to think that Congress shall make no law, but I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever the hell I want. And that's what he does.
Of course, this court, in enforcing proper courtroom decorum, is not applying a law that the Congress of the United States of America made. Therefore, invoking the First Amendment in the context of enforcing courtroom decorum is inapplicable. Mr. Myers, if you could please have a seat. Nor does requiring proper courtroom decorum.
Are we at a Senate judiciary hearing or am I hearing today? Because I have another hearing.
Mr. Myers, please don't interrupt the court. I'm making a record. Nor does requiring proper courtroom decorum infringe upon a person's freedom of speech. The Arizona Constitution explicitly states that, quote, every person may freely speak, write, and publish on all subjects, being responsible for the abuse of that right, end quote. Using profanity in the courtroom during a legal proceeding is an abuse of the right for which the court will hold the person responsible by finding them in direct contempt. The courtroom is not the street corner. In fact, in reviewing the facts of the seminal case Cohen v. California, 403 U.S. 15 from 1971, it's important to note that the defendant, Paul Robert Cohen, who, in an expression of a strongly held opinion on federal conscription, wore a jacket in the courthouse that contained profanity, voluntarily and responsibly took the jacket off when he entered the actual courtroom. The Supreme Court's opinion in Cohen specifically mentioned.
Okay. This is Judge Ball's analysis of the First Amendment. Mr. Cohen was wearing a shirt that said "fuck the draft," right? And because Mr. Cohen didn't show everybody in the courthouse between the front door and the courtroom door, because he didn't show the shirt, that meant that he was trying to show deference to the court and he was trying to be respectful to the court. That's this guy's understanding of Cohen. This was just a deference move. Pure respect. That was it. It wasn't that he wouldn't have gotten to the courtroom with a shirt on that said "fuck the draft." It wasn't that. It was his deference for the court. This guy is such a moron. I can't. We're at 4:42. I can't believe Lane lasted this long.
Mentions that Mr. Cohen was only cited for wearing the jacket in the public corridors of the courthouse, which the Supreme Court found to be constitutionally protected speech. But even Mr. Cohen recognized that entering the courtroom was different. It was a difference in kind rather than a difference in degree. The court has the authority and the responsibility to ensure respect and decorum in the courtroom. Profane words are not allowed because they distract from the dignity of the legal proceedings, interfere with the communication between the court and the parties, impede the administration of justice, and ultimately waste time. It does not abridge a person's freedom of speech to prohibit their use in the courtroom. Any suggestion to the contrary is not rooted in facts, logic, or the law. Further, as a judicial officer, I have an ethical obligation to ensure that my presiding over these proceedings does not give off even the appearance of impropriety. To that end, there was a material misrepresentation on the record that needs to be corrected. At the previous hearing, the court asked defendant, quote, "So you would not like the court to appoint you any counsel, is that correct?" End quote. To which the defendant replied, quote, "I don't need one of your fake kangaroo attorneys, no," end quote. The court responded, quote, "And so again, Mr. Myers, if we can maintain decorum in the courtroom," end quote. The record then reflects that defendant immediately stated the following non sequitur, quote, "Like you said you'd had 9 years experience when you had 3, my wife actually trained you," end quote. First, I have never said such a statement in court. To the degree that I can infer that defendant is alluding to a statement on a website that indicated to the public that I had worked for the United States District Court for the District of Arizona in 2014, worked for the federal court in the Southern District of California in 2015, back at the federal court here in Tucson in 2016, 17, 18, 19, and into 2022, at which time I resigned my position to stand for a candidate in the election as Justice of the Peace, for which this seat that I have held on and before half of the people of the judicial precinct in 2021, 2022, 2023, and now here in 2024, the accusation that I only have 3 years of judicial experience is patently incorrect. My entire legal career has been spent as an employee of the judiciary, working with judges in chambers. Mr. Myers, if you could please have a seat.
Why isn't there Zoom right now?
Because this was ordered for an in-person court hearing, so Mr. Myers.
My family attend right now from Michigan.
Again, Mr. Myers, it was ordered for an in-person court hearing. If you could please have a seat.
He's in person.
Like I was saying, my entire legal career has been spent as an employee of the judiciary, working with judges in chambers and in the courtroom to administer justice as a judicial law clerk and now as a judicial officer. Next, before we proceed to the second half of the defendant's statement, which is also incorrect, I want to first explain from a decorum standpoint how the rest of the pretrial proceedings are going to play out in this case. The court will continue to fulfill its oath and execute its duty as a presiding officer in the courtroom. I will guide and direct the...
Hold on for a second here. I think Warren came back. Must have bumped his head. He got knocked out. Had to come away and find his way back. Let's see what we got here. Is there something up here maybe? Congress passed law based on court cases. What? What? The fuck did you just say, bro? Congress doesn't pass law based on court cases. Congress doesn't give a shit about court cases. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Are you from America? Are you an American? Have you ever taken a civics class? So in a way, judges do make the laws. Congress passed laws based on court cases, so in a way, judges do make the laws. Wow. Okay, bro. Cool story. Yes, I agree with free speech, but there's a time, place, and manner for this. What? Bro, you're exposing yourself. You're exposing yourself. So, tell me this. There's a time, place, and a manner. Okay, so we'll talk about Lane, right? Was he ever in a place when it was closed? When it was closed to the public? Was he ever in a place before or after business hours? The answer is no. Okay. Was he ever in a place that was not open to the public, not open to the general public? The answer is no. No, he was always in public. Philip, I have a microphone. I just don't know how to turn it up or use it, or the audio mixer on OBS says it's turned up all the way. So, okay, and back to Warren. And there's a manner. Okay, the manner is is it free speech? Was it in a lawful manner? Was he threatening anybody? Did he threaten anybody? If he didn't if there wasn't a true threat, then what are we talking about? What are you talking about, Warren? I don't think you do agree with free speech. I don't think you do. I don't know what FM means. Oh, sorry about that. JP and JC. I'll get one, Sassy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Prophet. They interpret them usually very badly. Yeah, usually terribly. I mean, look where we are. Look at where we are. We revolted uh, over much less, much less. It's we've become apathetic is the problem. Our cushy lives have allowed us to not care, to care more about the cushiness of our existence rather than the liberties that were fought and countless true patriots died over. He was intimidating, loud, and interrupting, to be honest. Okay, well, Cisco, that isn't the same thing. That's not the same thing. Are, is it against the law to be loud? Some people talk louder than other people, right? I mean, case in point. I mean, everybody wants me to be a little louder, right? But uh, we can be loud. We can interrupt. We can interrupt. Those we can interrupt, or we can't interrupt, but the police, they can constantly interrupt. Come on. I don't think he was intimidating anybody. And I'm very willing to have this conversation. Don't use what I said to Lane's case. I already admitted I know nothing about his case. What? What are you talking about then? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You came here to talk about something other than Lane's case? We're talking about Lane's case, though. I mean, that's the point of the live stream. Wow, bro. Yeah, a manner. The manner is there's no different manner in the courtroom and in the hallway. Now, do I think there is a way that people should conduct themselves in a courtroom? Yes, I do. I do think there is a way that people should conduct themselves in a courtroom, but that that doesn't mean it's for me to say how Lane should behave in a courtroom. And I certainly don't have the depth of knowledge on the court rules to know exactly and precisely what he can get away with, and what he can get away with there is probably not what I could get away with here, mostly because of my ignorance. Exactly, Ronnie. You have to take feelings and opinions out of everything. Out of everything. All right. I don't know that I've got much more. Excluded individual. There he is, guys. It's for the judge to steer, right? The decorum. Um, Listen, I think that there's mechanisms in place that the court uses to do that, Cisco, with a defendant that is deemed to be disturbing the proceedings, right? When you have an attorney, they can take you out of the courtroom. They can proceed without you being there. But when you're representing yourself, they can't do that. There's more to it because they're not just taking you out of the courtroom, they're taking your attorney out of the courtroom as well. Your due process is being subverted and stolen from you at that point. I have not gotten the email from U of A. I've made a formal request, and then I've got some feelers out on Facebook, um, trying to get this email. So, if anybody has a line on this email, it appears the ante has been increased to $100. So, students, professors, $100 could be yours. $100 could be yours if you pony up with this email. We're gonna see it in the end. A free ticket to do whatever, Cisco. I agree with you. If we take things alone here, let's see if I can do this and not have it be terribly loud. If we take, how long ago was this?
Recording it because it's my right, and I'm going to provide him a copy.
If we take this stuff in isolation, right, and we say, okay, this is the first encounter in court.
Clue has no relation if I come in here and talk shit. So why the fuck did he just? The state's first statement was, "Let me prejudice you, Your Honor, by some bullshit that's not even admissible at the trial." What I fucking said in Mayhew's courtroom has nothing to do with the fucking did I commit the crime or not. So why the fuck did he just say that? The first thing, the state's been dealing with this case for 100 fucking days. I don't have a witness list. They haven't disclosed jack shit. I've sent this piece of shit at least 50 fucking emails. And I'm telling you on the record right now, if he doesn't turn the witness list over by the end of this hearing, I'm going to sit in his fucking office every fucking day in front of the window until he gives it to me. You understand? 100 fucking days. I haven't even got the witness list. It was due July 11th at the first pretrial. I had a September 30th trial date. Where's the fucking rule? To vacate a trial without.
Okay, so I get it, right? Is that how is that Cisco? That's what you're talking about, right? You shouldn't be able to just come in and do that, right? But that wasn't the first hearing. He didn't come in there and start doing this with with the prosecutor. There's two sides, right? There's two parts on this, right? There's the fact that he went to hearing after hearing after hearing where they didn't follow the law. Like where's the where's the concern for due process? Where nothing has happened in this case the way it's supposed to happen. So is he supposed to follow the rules of decorum and be walked all over like they had been walking all over him? This was Riojas, so he had already smoked through 5 judges at this point, or something like that. At least 3 on this case, but so what's the what's one to do? How does one defend their due process rights? especially somebody in an actual position to defend their due process rights. You know, me confronted with this, I would get railroaded just like I got railroaded on the City Hall Orlando thing. You think that would happen to fucking Lane Myers? No, 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 no. No, that shit would not happen. I was only trying to say free speech is not unfettered. And I've been watching you guys for a couple years, and I'm noticing that you guys are doing we the people more harm than good with your actions. Okay, well, I'm willing to have this conversation. What specific actions? What specific actions? I don't think that free speech is unfettered. Either, but I have never threatened anybody, ever. Never once have I threatened somebody. Bob, I think you're right. He does. That's the only thing, though. I don't think we should be able to threaten people. And I mean, we should be free to do it, right? We should be free to do it. But there should be a consequence, right? Or maybe there should be a consequence. It's not for me to say. I'm not a judge. You couldn't watch the last live because you couldn't hear me? Well, hopefully you can hear me better now because that last live stream is long gone. Long gone. Pravda took it down. I mean, YouTube. Do I have the microphone plugged in? No, I just hold it. I just like to hold it. It's going to be my shtick. I'm going to hold the microphone and people are going to think, oh, is that thing on? I see a light on, but he's not loud, so I think this guy's an idiot. Right? That's a good one, Anna. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just explained. What did you explain? You didn't explain shit, bro. So what, everything I've done in the last 2 years is a threat to free speech? But you can't give me one specific... I've been watching you guys for a couple years, and I'm noticing you guys are doing we the people more harm than good with your actions. Okay, and I'm asking you, can you give me an example, right? And I will bet you at least 90% of the American people will agree with me. There is way more restriction in government buildings today. Look at the 25-foot law passed in Florida. Are you joking, bro? That's illustrative to you. That's illustrative to you that people that are standing up for free speech and free press, that they're doing something wrong because the government makes laws that try to subvert and violate your rights. That's your evidence? Are you fucking joking, bro? What country were you born in? When I say you guys, I don't mean you. I mean as a whole, the full A1 community. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? What's the full A1A community? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Are there good members of the 1A community and bad members of the 1A community? Just like there's good and bad in every other thing. Where's the victim that the 1A community creates? Where's the victim? Is the government the victim? I can't. It's logic like this that I can't. I have issues. I have trouble circling my mind around. I can't. Warren, it doesn't make sense to me. 90% of the American people will agree with you. I don't even know how off Warren is on that one. We got a lot of idiots, though. Bob. Fucking right, bro. That's it. I mean, that's it. That's all. Realistically, that's all we have, right? That's all we got. I mean, and if YouTube gets taken away, I mean, you hit that square on the head, because suing them, it doesn't work. It doesn't change a goddamn thing. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Carolina and Fort Worth, that happened at the Fort Worth Police Department. I'm pretty sure Philip Turner was the Fort Worth Police Department, Turner versus Driver. I could be wrong on this. Forgive me if I am, but that was the same exact department. So they are that ruling said that you could film officers in the course of their duty, right? That you wouldn't get harassed for doing it. Well, they didn't do Philip Turner so bad, right? They put him in handcuffs. They threw him in the back of the car, but he stood on his rights, right? And then he goes through the court case. They rule in his favor, and then Carolina and Fort Worth, she's out filming the police. She tries to stand on her rights, and what does Officer Freddy Krueger do? Well, he says, you're not going to stand on your rights. I'm going to bounce you and your face off the concrete. Is that what you're talking about, Warren? Is it people like that? Is it people like that that are the wretches of society, Warren? Is Carolina a wretch? Is that how history is going to remember things? What's history going to remember about Warren? What did Warren stand on? What did Warren stand for? Don't make sense, bro. What level of servitude are you comfortable with? How much? How much, guys? How much are you willing to deal with, to be happy with? How much is enough? What up for the record? Phil, that's one of the, I mean, listen, we've all seen some disgusting things. It's so difficult to say this is the most disgusting, right? Because it's not. It's not the most disgusting. It's not at all. But it's a travesty of justice, right? And she got convicted too. Like, what? Like, what clown show shit is this? So, Warren, I don't know, man. What do you got for that? I appreciate everybody coming in. Phil, Cisco, Sassy, 762 by 51. Rob, for the record, Buzz. Strunk Dad is the strunkest. Strunkest. Yeah. Top chat. I need all chat, not top chat. All chat. Am I missing some chat? Yeah. Rabble Rousers, him and Lawrence are covering that. What is it? What did he do? He tried to open a door, I think it was. He tried to open a door, and then I think he was outside, and then the officer, the chick, she needed that ID fix. She needed that ID fix, and Here, I feel I should be able to go into a government building and give out my social insurance number without some criminal with a criminal record with a camera record audio standing behind me. You just exposed yourself, bro. You just exposed yourself, bro. Nobody gives a shit, Warren, what you think about going into a government building, because you're going into a government building in a different fucking country. Your social insurance number? You fucking moron. Get the fuck out of here. You dumb shit. They are limited and non-public forums for a reason. If you guys don't agree with it, then challenge the public forum doctrine. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing, you dumb fuck. That's exactly what I'm doing, Warren. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe in the end, I'll have to say, oh, after every court has told me I'm wrong, maybe I have to reevaluate and maybe I'm wrong. But no, bro. Show me the video. Warren, you want to come up? You want to come up? Want to talk? Want to talk this through, Warren? Show me the video. Show me the video. Where is it? Show me the video where somebody gave out their social insurance number, and it doesn't even need to be a criminal with a camera. It can be a non-criminal with a camera. Or maybe just having the camera in and of itself makes you a criminal, I'm not sure. But show me the video where this occurs, and I'll delete my channel. I'll change the name of it to Warren Munkadle was right. He was right. I was wrong. Show me the video where somebody gave out their social insurance number and somebody with a camera standing behind them caught it. There it is, bro. The gauntlet. There it is. Do it. I give you my word. I give you my word, bro. I know it's not worth anything to you because I'm just a criminal camera holder after all. And you can't trust anything that criminal camera holders say. And then you go into this nonsense about the public forum doctrine. It's not even about the public forum doctrine, dude. That matters for expressive activity. Expressive. I know that. I know you're listening, and I know that you're not understanding. But expressive activity is different than non-expressive activity. Expressive activity is like protesting, having a sign, and protesting. That could be expressive, right? I think it could also be non-expressive, right? I think that you could stand silently with a sign and that not necessarily be expressive. But we're not talking about that, right? We're not talking about expressive activity. We're talking about the times have caught up with the technology, and we don't have to run around with notebooks and scraps of paper and write down what the malfeasance that we see the government committing. We don't have to do that only for them to say, "Oh, that didn't happen. You've misunderstood. That didn't happen. These aren't the droids you're looking for." But now we got the video camera, and the video doesn't lie, and that's why they hate it so much. That's why they have to pass these 25-foot rules. Well, what's the impetus for that law? If not to violate people's rights that are trying to report on the police. Aren't there laws that exist that would have taken care of that? It's a valid question. Aren't there laws already on the books that would take care of it? It's not just my camera, though, Bob. It's not just my camera. It's my camera and the 1A community at large. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do. You're in with them. You're in the pool with them. You are responsible for all of their actions, even if you've never met them, never saw them, never had anything to do with them. If you hold a camera and you go in public and you try to hold the government accountable, you are one of them. Them. You're one of them. That's why you guys are losers. Losers. That's why you guys are losers. All your lawsuits, because courts treat film as speech. Okay, bro. All right. Can we get some? What country, guys? What country do you guys think Warren lives in or is from? I feel like I'm in a I feel like I'm in one of those scam calls. And Warren's trying to get me to give him access to my computer with the English. That's why you guys are losers, all your lawsuits. Because courts treat filming as speech. Phil. Phil brings up a very good point, and I'm actually concerned for the public. What do you do in an instance like that, Warren? What if somebody has one of these YouTube channels, but they only conduct their business from the parking lot, but they go into the building with their notebook and notepad, and they skulk over people's shoulders, and they're looking for their social insurance number, and they get it, and then they go outside and they share it on their channel. Is there a crime there? Sorry, didn't mean to say you're losers. Meant to say what you're losing your lawsuits. I've never sued anybody, so I'm not losing. Lane, he ain't losing. He ain't losing shit, bro. And if you think that the things that they're going on about out in Tucson, if you think that he's the one that they're gonna get away with it with him, you're so out of your mind, bro. You own property in Kissimmee, Florida. So I mean, you have to have an issue specifically with me, right? I mean, you must. I mean, what country are you from? Where are you a citizen? You're not an American. You can't speak English. Can't write English. Yeah, look up Turner v. Driver, look up Smith v. Cumming. I mean, I don't understand it. In fact, Warren, here, let's see if we can do this. I posted a video, it wasn't even that long ago. We're not going to watch the whole thing.
Of public interest. So these cases do a video of an audit that failed.
Welcome to Cities Connect, where we discuss issues that matter. In this episode, we're discussing a practice every government employee needs to be aware of: First Amendment audits. We're joined by 3 First Amendment experts who will explain what these audits are and what city officials need to know to ensure they remain on the right side of the law. Claire Norins is an assistant clinical professor and director of the University of Georgia School of Law's First Amendment Clinic, where she represents clients in federal court on a range of First Amendment and media law issues. In private practice, she specialized in issues of First Amendment, policing, and employment discrimination. Claire previously served as an assistant attorney general for the state of New York and as assistant director of UGA's Equal Opportunity Office. She's also a board member of the Georgia First Amendment Foundation. Colton Carpenter is a student attorney with the University of Georgia.
All right, so Do these people, Warren? Do these people have any credibility? Does the Georgia Municipal Association, do they have any credibility with you? Do you find them to be a credible organization? This is a municipal organization that consults for hundreds of municipalities across Georgia. Do they have any credibility? So explain to me how going into a DMV, making government accountable. These are not even elected officials. Yeah, I'm very concerned about unelected bureaucrats. If you're not concerned about them, your Canadian lineage is coming through where, everything's socialized up there. So everybody's part of the government. But I'll take a crack at this one. But first, are you saying that unelected bureaucrats, they don't need to be held accountable? Who holds them accountable? Their bosses? Who holds them accountable? Their bosses? And then finally to the elected person? That's how it works. First I've heard of them. I will look them up. Well, we're watching the video here, so we'll get back to it in a second. We only need to get into it a little bit for you to get the story here, Warren. But how a camera might assist you in a DMV, I'm not sure how it works in Canada, but the process here in Florida, it's not a fun process. It sucks actually going to the DMV. There's long lines, there's poor service, and if somebody showed up with a camera and started exposing the workers and their bad attitudes and their poor work ethic, those are the kind of Americans I like, that the people that expose bullshit like that. So yeah, there's one, Warren. I'm all for it. I'm all for people going into the DMV. I don't frequent too many DMVs. But listen, I think it's important that we go into the DMV and that we make sure that those people are giving us a better level of service than they're currently giving us. So if cameras are the mechanism required to make sure that happens, then let's go with it.
Law's First Amendment Clinic and serves as a distinguished law fellow at the University of Georgia School of Law. Mackenzie Ferguson also is a student attorney with the University of Georgia School of Law's First Amendment Clinic and a member of UGA's Journal of Intellectual Property Law. We appreciate Ms. Norens, Mr. Carpenter, and Ms. Ferguson for sharing this important information with us, and we hope you enjoy their presentation.
My name is Mackenzie Ferguson, and we are really excited to be able to share this presentation with you today. So we're going to start off talking about what these audits actually are, and then their application and how best to prepare and deal with them. So starting off with what exactly First Amendment audits are. The definition that you see at the screen is from the official First Amendment auditing website. So audits are the practice
I'm
of
unfamiliar
exercising one's
with,
constitutional right
actually,
to
let's
record
pause right
video
here.
for the purpose.
FirstAmendmentAuditing.com. Has anybody in the chat ever heard of or even been to FirstAmendmentAuditing.com? Let's see who's in charge of this gem. FirstAmendmentAuditing.com, a resource for auditors and others who are interested. Seriously? What? Look at these people. I should have gone to the official website before I went out. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at these resources. Let's see if they got Florida right. Oh, look. Loitering and prowling. They must be telling you how they get around the ID laws. Wow. Well, good for them. There you go, guys. I want to reach out. March 9th, 2019. Interesting. Look, I used to support you. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're so full of shit. You're so full of bullshit, bro. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. Look, I used to support you guys, but after a while, your videos showed me if you were given a right to film in government buildings, you guys should be how easy you can abuse it. You can see another fundamental flaw with Warren's thinking. Another fundamental flaw. And that is, videos showed me if you were given the right to film. Given the right. Who gives us our rights, Warren? They must come from government. Government must give us our rights. And you dutifully obey. And you used to support us, but not anymore. What the fuck did you say? What stupid bullshit? What's going on, Chuck? Chuck Bronson in the chat. Appreciate you very much, Chuck. Warren says, look, I use to support you guys. Who? Who specific? I want to know who. Who specifically did you support? But after a while, your videos, so were they my videos, or are you speaking more generally, and it's the whole A1A community, showed me if you were given a right to film in government buildings, you guys should be how... Can you just rewrite that, bro? Rewrite that in a sentence that makes sense. Rewrite that in fucking English, bro. Sorry, I'm answering phone calls and trying to type at the same time. It's alright, you don't need to apologize. Don't hit send until you've proofed the sentence if you want to have a fucking conversation, though. The fuck? Like the room, I'm holding the microphone next to my fucking face, bro. What? Begging you to get better mic. Listen, we need a woodshed. We need a woodshed to take... like the room out too. I will always work on the audio, guys. I will try to make things better. Sorry for shit audio. I wonder if Warren, did you come in and did you dislike the video? That's the kind of guy you probably are. You come in and dislike the video. All right, let's go back to this.
Of educating anyone who attempts to infringe that right and commending those who respect it. So these auditors record interactions with the public officials and post the videos to the internet as a form of activism. The main purpose of the audit is to make sure that the public employee knows the First Amendment rights and that they are also respecting the rights of the auditor. And most...
Is that so bad? Is that... It is pointing at my mouth, isn't it? There's a bunch of settings on this. I'm not sure which ones do what and which one is directional. Does it get better with that one? We can do a little... Actually, I wouldn't even know because I think there's a delay. I wouldn't know which setting actually was better if it was better. I think these are no. No, it's not better. Alright, I left it on that one long enough to get an answer. No. Nobody likes that. I used to support you guys, but then I wanted more authority, so I praise government that tells me how and what to think. All right, thank you. How about this one? How about this? Is this any better for anybody? Go back to what I had originally. This is where I started the live stream, and then I switched about midway to a different setting than I am in now. Go back to what I had. Yes. Great. Better. That's clear. Okay. We're going to stick with this one for a couple minutes and just give me some boxy. What the hell is it? What's boxy mean? Sassy's trying to save me. Holding shit too. Thank you very much. Here's what we do. We'll see if Black's Law can boost us up enough. Alright guys, we're cooking here. I thought I could put the mic down too. I thought it was something that easy, but I think it's just that I'm trying to be a people pleaser. Like Warren, you know what I mean? Somebody mentioned that he was just trying to distract me from where I was in the chat, but the joke's on him because we already covered everything. Well, not everything, because it would have to be a 5-hour live stream, including Lane, to be better, but I guess we're not. I guess he had a phone call. Alright, we're going to cut this down. We're just going to...
These auditors post their videos to YouTube. So one of their main purposes is to generate content and more subscribers. So the more controversial, the better for the auditors. However, the main successful audit is one in which the auditor is treated the same as they are without a camera. So the thing that you're going to see kind of throughout the entire presentation.
And that doesn't mean like shit if you happen to get treated like shit either way.
We really encourage you to be.
How does that audio match up?
As long as you make sure that
Are they about the same as each other?
and that you respect theirs, the audit should be a pass for you. So now we're going to talk about a case called Dunn v. Fort Valley. And in this case, Dunn was an auditor, and he was arrested after taking pictures and recording videos in the public areas of the Fort Valley City Hall. During this audit, he drew the attention of different employees who eventually called the police once Dunn refused to tell them why he was recording. So he brought an action against the police officers and their supervisors claiming a deprivation of his First Amendment rights and an unlawful arrest under the Fourth Amendment. So during this case, we got a really nice quote from U.S. District Court Judge Tillman Tripp Self. The First Amendment protects the right to gather information about what public officials do on public property, and specifically a right to record matters of public interest. Pretty simple rule. So this quote nicely summarizes the First Amendment protection in auditing and also states the Middle District of Georgia's opinion on the rule itself, stating that it's a pretty simple rule to follow if you know your First Amendment rights. So we've additionally seen a lot of courts recognize this constitutional right to record.
What? Recognize this constitutional right? Wait. Warren, what did she just say? It sounded like she said, many courts have recognized this constitutional right. That flies directly in the face of everything that Warren said. The First Amendment protects the right to gather information about what public officials do on public property and specifically a right to record matters of public interest. Pretty simple rule. That's from the judge. That's from the judge. But we got Warren telling us that we're wrong, that he used to support us. Well, guess what, Warren? We don't give a shit if you support us or not. We're doing this for you, too. Even though you hate us for it. We care about your rights, too. We shouldn't. We shouldn't care about your rights, but we do. Because that's what it's about. It's about everybody. Everybody has the rights, Warren. Everybody. This guy.
Quote nicely summarizes the First Amendment protection in auditing and also states the Middle District of Georgia's opinion on the rule itself, stating that it's a pretty simple rule to follow if you know your First Amendment rights. So we've additionally seen a lot of courts recognize this constitutional right to record government officials who are engaged in their duties in a public place. So the First Amendment does include the right to record video and audio for both regular citizens and for journalists. So the 11th Circuit in the Smith v. City of Cumming case, the 11th Circuit is the federal court circuit that includes Georgia, Alabama, and Florida.
So Georgia, Alabama, and Florida, that's where I live. Warren, that's where you supposedly own some property down here in Kissimmee. The First Amendment protects the right to gather information about what public officials do on public property, and specifically, a right to record matters of public interest. What did that just say? Alright, so Warren says, I used to support First Amendment auditor videos, but he still hasn't told us who. But after time, as I watched more and more videos, I just see a bunch of instigators. What is wrong with filming from the back of the room? I don't know. What is wrong with filming from the back of the room? Well, tell me what's wrong with it. Tell me the auditor that you supported. That's what I want to know. Who did you support? You said you used to support. When you go up to the counter, I feel that is putting we, the people, at risk. What if you're going up to the counter and recording your own transaction? Is there something wrong with that? What if that's the problem? You have a problem with a specific teller, right? And the only way to document their poor behavior is to document their poor behavior on video. You've got a problem with that. You got a problem with that. All right, guys. I think we've had enough of Warren. He probably is. It's actually Warren's probably frauded or troll. All right, how long have I been going here? Almost 2 hours. Okay, we're gonna cut it off here at 2 hours. I appreciate you coming in. I'm sorry the last live with Lane got stolen by Pravda. I mean YouTube, because they don't like free speech. Dog's dreaming. But I appreciate everybody coming in here. So that, Melissa, that is the area where something like that would occur. Tell us more about your property in Kissimmee, Warren. Thank you for being here, Michael, Melissa, Anna, Adam. Exactly, Bob. I don't even think he knows that word exists. Transparency, Warren. The reason that everybody objects to people having cameras inside these buildings is because people haven't been coming in with the buildings. And that's our fault. We have failed each other. But that doesn't mean that we should just let it continue to go unchecked. We have a moral obligation to ourselves, to our fellow citizens, to our children. Most importantly for me is to our children. We are leaving a country that is less free than it's ever been in its existence. And that doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't. And if I've got a voice and I can lend to it changing, that's what I'm going to do. Almost blindly made somebody a moderator. What the hell am I doing? So, I appreciate all of Sheets versus Punta Gorda, Kerr versus Boulder. Okay. United States versus Cadorpa. You can't even cite my case, bro. Why is the Cordova case, why does that have more standing than mine? Does it somehow legitimize it? Sheets versus Punta Gorda. All right. Bear with me for a second here. Got something just for Warren. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at Sheets versus Punta Gorda, since everybody seems to think that Sheets versus Punta Gorda is this big thing. Andrew B. Sheets, individually, plaintiff, City of Punta Gorda, defendant. This is a case about video recording inside a government building. The city has a municipal ordinance and a video and sound recording without consent of those being recorded. Okay? So that's what's at hand here. Okay. While not dispositive, the court notes the city's argument on factual matters over Sheets' residency. The evidence suggests that he may not be a resident of the city, which might affect the analysis of his liberty interests. Sheets does not address the issue. This is simply another factor in supporting the conclusion that Sheets failed to meet his burden. Again, the remedy Sheets seeks is extraordinary, and the court cannot conclude that he carried his burden on the 14th challenge. Accordingly, it is now ordered plaintiff's motion for a preliminary injunction is denied. So, Warren, tell me how a denial of an injunction is somehow means anything anywhere to anyone. Tell me what about this opinion? Tell me how it's applicable to any other First Amendment liberty interest case. I'll wait. Sheets is a published case, so it has standing. Oh boy. Okay. Because it's on case law, it has standing? You're very confused. You never looked up my case yet? Oh, that's alright. It's all good, bro. After the appeal, it'll be the talk of the town. No, they didn't rule that. They didn't rule that, Warren. What they ruled was that the plaintiff, who was Sheets, motion for preliminary injunction was denied. That's what the ruling was. The plaintiff, Andrew Sheets, had his injunction denied. That doesn't help you, bro. That's not helping the case. That doesn't turn this into standing. That doesn't do any of those things. This is a denial of a preliminary injunction. It's meaningless. Meaningless. All right. I'm going to get out of here because Warren's a moron. I do appreciate everybody, including Warren. I know it's strange to probably hear me say that, but it's the case. Look at that guy. Alright, so I appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out for a couple hours. They used that case in Long Island Audit's Danbury case and another auditor's case. So what, bro? So what? Because they did something, one, they're permitted to do something, and two, that means something. I mean, Warren, we can go to Lane Myers. We can go right to Lane. Wasn't it, which one was it? It was the Dabbler. The Dabbler. He cites all kinds of cases that he can't legally cite. So what? He used it, so it's okay? That's okay? That makes it alright, I guess? Sounds like some kangaroo shit to me.
Anyone with $10,000?
No. Ever do that?
Your question, Your Honor. Harassment and conduct, not speech. I have copies of Arizona Court of Appeals cases, State v. Brown from 2004 and State v. Snyder from 2024, further explaining that if the court would like to review those. I'm not asking the court to restrict Mr. Myers' speech on political matters or general topics, but Mr. Myers has harassed me personally and posted videos about me on his YouTube account. In those videos, he has posted my place of employment, work email and phone number, and office number, and asked his...
Okay, Warren. You want me to show, how about I don't show that part and I just say, okay, it says it. So what? So what? What does that have to do with filming? Okay, so Warren, I got a question. We got this right here. Notice this decision does not create legal precedent and may not be cited except as authorized by applicable rules. So this judge cites this in this hearing. So what? Does that mean anything? What's that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Warren, it was an injunction. It was an injunction hearing. Completely meaningless. All right. You guys are the best. I appreciate you being here. And I'll see you on the next one. And just remember that while Warren listens,